You're listening to Liberty Lampoon, and this is not an actual episode. This is actually what you would get if you become a patron. That's right. This is a Patreon bonus. But you can go to patreon.com/Liberty Lampoon and, become a patron. This is just a taste of what our Patreon bonuses are like. They're pretty good. It's not very political. I don't think there's like maybe one topic that's political. This is just about our personal lives and stuff like that. We just kind of tell some stories. So if you enjoy, go to patreon.com/Liberty Lampoon. Thank you.
Bonus episode.
Are you talking like into the mic right now?
Yeah. No, not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tell me about the bonus episode, Aaron.
Seriously, like, it is amazing to me how unprofessional you are. It blows my mind how unprofessional you are.
Yeah, it's like my professional dick.
Yeah, because like I'm trying to get good levels and stuff like that, and you come in here and you get right up on the mic where you weren't before. You get as loud as you possibly can, drop the tone of your voice, and just screw everything up. That's how you are. That's what kind of a person you are. That's what kind of animal you are.
I would stop being a baby back bitch, Aaron.
You're like this terrible Trump was right about Mexicans, right? But he should have focused on Costa Ricans. That's what should have happened. And what are you doing? Are you ripping pieces of paper right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, Aaron. That's what I'm doing. I'm pretending. I've got little pieces of paper here. I'm pretending they're you, and I'm ripping them to fucking shreds. That's what I'm doing.
I'm like having to ride the freaking knob when you talk right now.
You ride the knob?
You know all about that, right?
And
don't you know all about that?
So I take it that Lacey pegging you is going well then.
For all the listeners who don't know, Lacey is my wife. So, Michael, let's keep this somewhat appropriate because I'm planning on this is going to be the example of our Patreon bonus episodes like that we're going to release. Wow. So I'm going to release this as a bonus episode for everybody.
And yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way, this is Liberty Lampoon. This is a Patreon bonus.
Lampoon.
However, I am going to release it, I think, on our main feed to give everybody a taste of what kind of things we talk about when we do bonus episodes. And usually,
in actuality, it's not an actual bonus episode, then. It's just an episode.
Well, no, it's not a bonus. Well, because it will be a bonus episode, but for everybody, right? Because
it's just an episode then. It's not bonus.
No, because it's not. If
it's for everyone, there's nothing special about it.
See, not only are you really bad at with mic technique and stuff like that, you're also very bad with with content. You know what I mean? Berating.
Dude, I'm the expert on mic technique, and you know why? Because my name is Mike.
See, there we go. I'm telling you about content. I'm saying that you are bad on content, and you just made a joke saying my name is Mike. So there. I mean, if anything was going to prove my point, it was that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, when I go to order food at places, and a lot of places now ask like, "What's your name?" instead of giving you a number.
Right.
I always tell them my name is Mike because I don't like people like bringing a tray of food to the counter or something and go, Michael?
Why?
I just don't like the word. I don't know. I just don't like the way that sounds. So
that's such a weird thing.
My name
that's weird.
It's Mike. And it's like way better than, I don't know. I just like the way it sounds better. And
you
so
remember
they come to the counter and they're like, Mike? That's me.
Here's a little bit of inside baseball into something that we used to do. We used to go to Bueno all the freaking time in our when we were in high school.
Yeah,
and
free Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah, and then we would do this thing where we would give them bogus names. Remember, because they started asking for names.
Yeah, King Louis IV.
Yeah. Oh, You did Leonidas a lot because you're obsessed with that stupid frickin' Spartan movie. Or
It
whatever.
had just come out. It was a good movie.
And here's another thing: we were really big into church at the time, and when that movie came out, and you, me, and somebody else went to go see it. I can't remember who the third person was. Do you remember?
Yeah,
First name.
I think I do, but I don't want to. I don't want to. No,
Because
I'll text you.
didn't you have to apologize to somebody's whole family because of that?
No. That was a different scenario.
Oh, okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because whatever. Anyways, so
Yeah.
not to bury the lead or anything. We went.
Check your Facebook chat.
Okay. Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy who broke
Yeah.
his hand punching somebody in the ass. Right. You remember that?
That might be a little obvious for some people.
Yeah,
but-
it might be. Well, that was that was on a trip to Orlando, Florida. A band trip to Orlando, Florida, where a certain individual goes by the name Tim tackled Mickey Mouse, who happened to be a 90-year-old man under there, by the way. And then had to spend the rest of the trip with the band director. That was like the first day that we were at Disney World, and he tackled
Wow.
Mickey Mouse thinking he was the funniest guy in the world. And, people speaking in tongues running down hallways and stuff. Anyways, so okay, so back to what I was saying. I buried the lead. It was hard, just so hard. What was it? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, we went and saw 300 in theaters, and like our youth pastor found out about it somehow. I think it's because we were just kind of talking about it nonchalantly, like it was a good movie.
Yeah.
And
Well, on a side note, fuck that guy, but continue.
yeah, we were just talking about it like it was no big deal because it wasn't. We just went. We were of age. We got in.
Yeah. There happens to be a scene where a naked chick is hallucinating on the ground.
Yeah. Well, the
And-
Oracle, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And well, there was
Who
a pretty
cares?
graphic sex scene too. But
Oh yeah.
I mean,
You see a nipple. Big fucking deal.
yeah. I mean, it's
Please,
like it's not like
grow the fuck up. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Grow up.
yeah. We had
You're
to
a
get out of
goddamn
our
adult.
we had to get out of our parents' basement eventually, and I just moved
Yeah.
to the attic.
After spending one night at my house.
Yeah. Right. Your basement was pretty bad, by the way.
Yeah, the
Michael-
foundation was cracked and stuff, and it flooded
Michael
when
had
it
a
rained.
basement.
It was awful.
Michael had a basement that was literally a
That was-
cave. It was a cave,
Yeah.
dude. If you go down
It
there,
was like-
it was a
like
total
the
cave.
The crypt keeper, he lived down there.
It looked like a
And,
place where Leatherface stored the leftover bones of his victims. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then when it rained, the basement would flood a little bit and wash all the blood away.
Yeah,
And
and
so-
it was a total Costa Rican thing that your mom, for punishment, would send you down there with no dinner and be like, go wade around in the water, please. And you would be in there neck deep, filled with water. Yeah.
That's actually how I learned to swim.
Yeah, she'd turn off the lights and be like, you have to know what it's like whenever I came over here on a raft.
Even though Costa Rica is connected to the.
Does your mom
continent,
listen to this
but-
podcast?
No, you kidding me? My dad, I think, just started listening to it, but he only got halfway through, and then he had to. He said he had to turn it off because he had to finish his work. So, anyways, you were telling the story.
I don't
Was
remember.
that the end of it?
Oh well, it just was a huge hubbub, and people were gossiping about it around the church. Like, did you hear that Michael, Aaron, and he who shall not be named went to see 300 in theaters? Oh my gosh, like it was a real big
Yeah.
deal.
Yep.
And I guess now that I think about it, I mean, it might have been a little bit. You think it was a big deal?
Yeah, because we were of age going to the movies. Yeah,
Right.
it's a real big deal.
Right. Yeah, and like, I don't know, maybe it was 10 years later we ended up getting married, maybe less. No, it had to have been less because I don't know, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it was less than 10 years. Just double checking.
Anyways,
Anyhow.
Yeah, I mean, so there you go. That's our past all summed up right there. I mean, pretty much, wouldn't you say? Isn't that it?
Yeah, I think it only gets worse from there.
Yeah, pretty
And
bad.
well, no, I think it actually started. Okay, so like we wore chick jeans in high school because it was before they made skinny jeans for dudes, right?
Right.
And I think that's really when it initially started, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, because we started getting called queer and stuff like that. I remember we went to Rue 21 to get me my first pair of chick jeans, which my wife now actually wears.
What? Really?
Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
does. Yeah, well, because I got them way too small, way too tight, and way too short, and so they just happened to fit my wife. So she wears them.
I a sweet pair of Old Navy chick jeans that I used to have.
But those were bell bottoms, weren't they?
No.
Like
those
you
ones,
didn't
those
get
ones, those ones were at that pair I got at Walmart. But this other pair I had, I got from Old Navy, and they were awesome jeans. And I eventually turned them into Daisy Dukes.
Oh yeah, yep. I did that with a pair of my skinny jeans. I remember.
And I wore them when we go play our shows with our really shitty band.
Oh come on, we weren't that shitty. We weren't as shitty as the band under our new name, like the new band. You know. If you go look on MySpace, there's a band called Magdalene, and
oh yeah,
they're like deep butt rock, really gross.
Yeah.
Just
anyways,
awful.
Those Daisy Dukes, my past relationship also took those, and she wore them once my ass got too big for them.
Wait, so you go into the military, your ass gets too big for your jeans, and now what? I don't understand. What happened?
Well, with those Daisy Dukes, I was going to throw them away, and she was like, "I think I could wear these," and so she trimmed the waist a little bit and sewed it together, made it a little bit smaller. But other than that, yeah, the jeans fit her pretty good, or those Daisy Dukes, anyways, and she wore them. I don't know if she still has them or not, but I haven't seen her in over a year, so who fucking knows?
Oh, that's weird. So to all the listeners, all they know is that you've lost your wife somewhere. Like,
yeah.
He went shopping at Walmart, and he just never saw her ever again. He has no idea. Yeah. He went to the front desk and asked for help.
She just up and disappeared one day.
He was
I think she built a fort in the toilet paper aisle.
He was like, "Can you help me find my wife? I'm scared, please."
That's pretty much how it went.
Yeah,
but
pretty much. Well, with a couple of other important, we'll leave it. Let's just
just move on. Just move on.
You sure we shouldn't linger just a little bit? Or?
Yeah. I like to let it be known right here on the podcast now. Fuck you, Aaron.
Liberty Lampoon digging up the past and laying it out for everyone.
This is actually why Aaron and I actually started Liberty Lampoon, because we didn't want to fork out the money for counseling, so we just do it with each other over the internet. And
yeah, but I have let counselors listen to it in the past, and they said that we have a very unhealthy relationship, and and that they'll be surprised if we don't kill each other eventually. So
yeah,
as well as
we'll see.
Take down. I don't know. Let's not go into all the gruesome details.
We've come close a couple of times. Well, I think you've come close to killing me a couple times.
That's a good story for me to tell. I feel comfortable telling this story. I don't feel like it's going to be a big deal. So, an ex of mine, I'll say it like that because it's not specific.
An ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, an ex-girlfriend of mine. I guess we took a break. Would you say that that's what we did? Was that a break?
Well, you you thought it was a break because you'd taken breaks in the past, but she meant it as like it was over.
Oh.
And it eventually ended up being over.
Well, no, but I ended up ending that relationship though. So
yeah.
Well,
but you guys were broken up, and she was.
Well, no. Hold on a second. So, because she said let's take a break. She didn't say I'm ending this. She said let's take a break, and then she called up your sister, and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come down and hang out with you on this college campus for the weekend or whatever," and so like I was pretty upset by it, because whatever. And you and I went to John, a friend of ours named John's house. He probably wouldn't care if I said his name, but I'm not going to. I don't like to dox people. His address is JK. So yeah, so we were at his house, and it was pretty late at night, I want to say. And I was super emotional. You guys were trying to keep me cool or whatever, but you're insensitive ass. She accidentally butt dials me while she's in the middle of what would be
banging a dude.
Okay, there. That was so subtle, Michael. Thank you. It was very subtle. And
she's at a college party, getting railed, and she happens to butt dial this heartbroken, teary-eyed emo kid,
and I'm like screaming into the phone.
Me and John are like,
I just remember screaming into the phone, and John like comes up, grabs the phone away from me, and then I'm like, I'm so upset. I'm saying all this stuff like, I feel this way about her and all this nonsense, and then you say,
you're like, I love her,
and you're like, oh well, I don't know what to say, but it doesn't really matter, like something along those lines, like really just super sensitive to what I'm going through at that moment. And then which I mean,
no matter your feelings for her was not gonna stop the penetration that was currently taking place.
It's been a long time, but for some reason I'm like getting angry right now. I don't know. Like for some reason I'm still like deep down inside like you are a huge pile of shit.
Yeah, she was deep down inside too.
Oh. And then, okay, so I slammed you up against the wall. Okay, that's what happened. I slammed you up against the wall. Then you slammed me up against the wall. And John, I think John tried to fight you. I think that's what happened.
No, the way you grabbed me, slammed me up against the wall.
I told you to shut up or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah, because I wanted to kill you because you were an insensitive piece of shit. So, just like I want to do right now, even though I don't even have any feelings about it. You're
raging, super emotional, and you're crying. You grab me by the throat, slam me against the wall. So I grab you by the throat, and then I push back, and only John's bed was behind you. And so when you go back, you hit the edge of the bed, and you fall back onto the bed. And I was choking you. I was like, just listen to me, Aaron. I'm saying this because I love you. And then John thought I was legitimately choking you, and he came up behind me, put me in a headlock, pulls me off.
And then somebody told us shut up, like because his family was asleep in the house or something like that. Right?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think maybe his sister.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think that you've more than made up with it by talking to me about all the shit in your life over the last 2 years or whatever. So there you go.
Made up for it?
Yeah, I think we're even. Actually, I think that you owe me a little bit now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Oh, but another thing to mention too is that the guy that did the deed showed up the next day when we were practicing at your house. It's from anything else. Okay, so
okay.
we're back. I made a faux pas. I said some names of people, and I had to go back and delete the entire part of that. Anyways, needless to say, the dude who railed her ended up showing up or whatever, and then there was some fears of some things, and
see, I don't remember this part.
Yeah, I was really, really upset. And then I think we played maybe we played a show that same night, maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. And anyways, so then your sister, the person involved, also ended up after, because the break continued, and then your sister ended up telling me like everything that happened for real. And then when I realized everything that happened, I was like, wow, this person is a bad person. So that was that. Cool, bro.
She got gangbanged by the whole football team.
Twice in the same day. So I guess 17 wasn't enough. Anyways, that's 17 dicks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't clear.
You sound a little bitter about that, Aaron.
No, I'm not. I don't prefer to get tested after a relationship. You know what I mean? So
that's true. That's always no fun.
Yeah. Okay. So, another thing that I really was, something I was really thinking about this week that I really wanted to get it off my chest. You know what I mean? I really hope that you're okay talking about this, Michael, because I feel like this is going to be one of those areas where you may not feel comfortable talking about it. Because it brings up a lot of interesting memories. It brings up a lot of just emotional, emotional stuff that happened this night. So before you went into the military, we decided to have a blowout for you, like a going away party kind of thing, and we decided to do it at my apartment. And I know this is going to get real emotional for you, Michael, but there's something about a picture of you crawling across the floor with just sweatpants and a cape on, and crawling to the refrigerator with an empty cup and asking for more pre-mixed margarita mix. There's something about that image that's just very interesting to me, and I just feel like everybody should know about it everywhere, and we need to bring it up, because we need to conquer these things from your past, This is our counseling. You just told me that, you know what I mean? So like, it's time to conquer these things from our past. So, do you feel comfortable talking about what kind of clothing that you were wearing and what kind of clothing you ended up in at the end of the night? There's no girls involved with this because we're losers at the time. So what's up? What you want to talk about this, or?
Sure, if you want to talk about it, I don't mind. We've talked about it plenty of times before.
Well, basically, the story goes, Michael got completely shit-faced on not much alcohol.
I drink because it was like a handle bottle.
Yeah, you drank almost all of it.
Yeah.
You slurped some off of the ground too because you spilled a glass and you
tequila.
took your straw and you put it on the ground and you were saying it's still good, 5-second rule and crap like that. So
now, granted, it wouldn't be as much tequila as like just taking just drinking tequila straight out of a bottle, but there's still a fair amount of tequila in it. And for at the time, not having drank all that much and only been drunk a couple of times up to that point.
It was a good time, I remember. But you really also you ended up getting sick. You remember this? Have you heard about this? You remember this?
I stuck my hand in it and stuff.
Yeah. Somebody had to hold you up. The person who had to hold you up.
A friend of ours who's now wanted by the police.
Just recently wanted. Yeah. Anybody have any information about this fellow?
We'll be sharing the picture.
Yeah. A terrible, terrible picture.
Yeah.
And which that was just a whole big misunderstanding. You know what I mean? People were commenting on that photo on Facebook. I don't know if it's clear, but a friend of ours was being asked about by the police, and an
old friend of ours, not a current friend, an old friend.
An old friend. And there was a picture they posted, and it was a terrible picture. His hair was like, I don't know what the hell was wrong with his hair, but it was a terrible picture. And all these comments were like, because it listed the crime. He was like, I don't know, it was computer fraud or something like that. What's it called whenever people make fake copies of fake money?
Counterfeiting.
Oh, yeah.
Counterfeiting.
Yeah. Right. Counterfeiting. That was on there. And then like all the comments were like, the real crime is that hair. That's the real crime. I feel aggressed again. Anyways. So yeah, he's the guy who is holding you up above the trash can. You put your hand in there. Oh yeah, by the way, worth mentioning, when you were above the trash can, what were you wearing at the time?
Well, if you're referring to, I was down to my underwear, which at the time was just a pinstripe mankini.
Right. Not the usual banana hammock. You get it? Banana?
Yeah.
Hammock? Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I know. That was a joke that you used to make all the time. So your sense of humor has not changed that much, but it's good that you've kind of gotten away from that. I'm realizing now. I should not have brought it up, because the next time that you're in a banana hammock, you're going to be doing that joke again. I just realized that I have probably tainted all of your future relationships by bringing that joke back up.
See, no, the good thing about it, though, is from then till now, my balls have dropped, so I don't wear them really now because they're not as comfortable.
Yeah, what is it with that, man? Like, I tried to talk to my wife about this, and she thought that it was just hilarious, but I have this issue now where it's like before they're, they would sag sometimes, but now it's like teabagging the toilet every time I sit down. You know what I mean?
You're getting old, Aaron. You're getting those old saggy balls.
Yeah. Like
shit.
whenever I take a dump, it's like the log ride, Literally. And also I have this problem. where Lacey, she does the laundry, and she'll find my underwear have these holes right where the balls are. And so I'm like, man, I don't know. They're just like, it's because they're pushing, they're just like pushing down on the crotch area and trying to get out, So
those wiry pubes aren't a match for that cotton.
Yeah.
Cotton boxers.
Yeah. This is definitely going on. This is the episode that we're releasing for everyone, not just the patrons. Yeah. This is our bonus episode.
This is the
everybody.
bonus. This is if you decide to, this is what you pay for.
Yeah. Saggy.
John McCain.
Saggy nuts.
Donald Trump. There's the politics.
Anyways, I was thinking there needs to be a bra for like your balls,
That's called the jock strap, Aaron.
Oh, really? Is that what like old men wear later on?
You can. No one stops you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is, but it's getting really old, and I'm not even that old. You know what I mean? Like, I'm super worried about what's going to happen. Like, I don't know. Is there like a sort of reduction surgery you can get to make them more taut? Or
if you're talking about any type of knife going anywhere near that shit, you have other problems, bro. You have other problems.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to go full tranny or anything, but I mean, is that okay? Can I use that word? I guess I can.
I guess. You just did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is fucking Liberty Lampoon. We do what the fuck we want.
We're going Caitlyn Jenner up in this bitch. Yep. There you go. Caitlyn. Oh, man. Caitlyn. Anyways, did we finish the story? I don't think that we did. Yeah, you were in your mankini,
No.
and then like I fell asleep next to you on the floor. Oh, I remember you tried to hug Lacey because she had to leave for work, I think, or something like that. Or she got back. I can't remember. No, I can't remember. But you were just
I think she got back because we started drinking and she wasn't there yet.
Yeah, and then you insisted after you puked that you brush your teeth because you were like, I can't just go to bed like this. I gotta brush my teeth. And I just thought it was so funny because it's funny looking back on it now because of all that sailor dick, that you've kind of chewed on basically since then. It's just really funny that you care, you know.
Okay, first off, it's the Marine Corps, and
You aren't sailors.
People call it hazing, but it's a rite of passage, is what it really is.
They call it hazing, but when it's consensual, it's not really hazing, right? With all the things I say about the Marine Corps, you'd think that I'd be dead by now, you know.
Nah. Well, no, I mean, that's like, it's fairly accurate, I guess, because people used to ask me what it was like. I'm like, well, it's like hanging out with the gayest group of straight guys you could possibly imagine. And that's about what it's like.
A lot of below deck docking, if you will, right? By the way, we've gotten
not till you get back from your first deployment, though.
We've gotten a lot of.
That's when you have ribbons.
We've gotten. Oh God, I can just imagine this. For some reason, that made me think of ribbon knife, and I was like, oh God, you know, you got a really sliced up Johnson there, Michael.
KY, his and metals.
Well, actually, out of the two of us, you do have the sliced up Johnson, right? You know that, or no, I do actually. Yeah, that's right. You're al natural, right?
Right. All right, we're not going to start talking about dicks, Aaron.
Or should I say al turtleneck? Yeah. Okay. We're not. We've already done it. I mean, it's been done.
Anyway, has it? Oh.
Yeah, it aired on an actual episode, remember?
Well, yeah, but it was just like, you know, we just like brushed over it. I'm not going to start talking about my dick in detail on the podcast.
Well, you know, here at Liberty Lampoon, we get really in depth into the topics that we discuss, and I wanted to. I understand, like, from a counseling perspective, that you're in a space now that you can't really talk about it all that much because you feel it's something that you feel passionate about and maybe a little insecure about, right? Would you say that?
No, I don't feel insecure about it at all.
Oh, okay.
I just don't feel like it's Festivus time, and I want to air my grievances.
Well, right now it's like
against the practice of circumcision. You know, I don't want to.
It's clear that this is the first step.
It violates the non-aggression principle.
The first step is definitely denial. So, you know,
well, I'm at the final step of acceptance, and now I'm an advocate for against male genital mutilation, MGM.
Yeah. I saw the pictures of you standing out on the corner wearing white pants with the bloody spot, which is just red paint on your crotch. I saw that.
Yeah. I actually got some compliments on that. But
yeah. See, I feel like that you're misunderstanding like the message a little bit because the sign that you were holding up just said "We are not Muslims," and I just thought that was a little insensitive. Like everybody else's sign seemed very progressive, and yours was just kind of like, "We are not Muslims," and then on the back it said, "I believe in the final solution," and I just thought that was a little, you know, mind comfy.
Well, you didn't see, like, I just put underneath it, underneath the Muslims, or Jews. I didn't think it would be appropriate to put "We are not Jews" in big writing. I thought I thought it was more acceptable to be anti-Muslim than anti-Semitic. So.
Right. Well, I'm just glad that you didn't pull out your second sign that was the first chapter of Mein Kampf. You know, because.
Hey, the Fuhrer still needs to be defended. All right, no one really defending them these days.
Okay, we are not Nazis, so I just want to reiterate that real quick. Michael is really good at sounding like one, and it's just kind of funny. It's just really funny to me how good he is at sounding like one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, we just recently he's going to listen to this, so he's going to know. We got a little bit of feedback, and some people thought that that you were coming down on the fashy side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember. And so I just want you to go ahead and clear the water if you could. Tell everybody exactly what kind of a fascist you are.
Well, first of all, fuck you. You know who you are. I know exactly the words that are coming out of my mouth, and I stand by them. And no, just kidding. but no, I did.
He's
I
probably
did,
gonna like the hair on the back of his neck will be standing up right there. You know what? I know what that feels like. You know, when you feel like you're being completely targeted by like your friends. You know, I know what that feels like. I was thrown onto a bed and choked by you earlier in life.
Well,
while my ex-girlfriend was getting railed on a college campus frat party by the football team. Well,
so anyways,
they won the next day, though. Well, I do want to reiterate that the football team won the next day. So technically, whatever she did, it worked. So
yeah, she helped them get that stress out of their system.
Some good came of it. You know what I mean? Literally. Yeah. Came.
Some good came.
Yeah.
Sam Good. Oh yeah, wasn't that their quarterback that year? No. Anyways, so no. When you messaged me, I actually, because I knew. All right, it's funny.
Hold
Get
on.
over it.
I had a thought. I think it was the Bedlam game. And she was playing both sides, you know, if you know what I mean. So
okay, I'm just gonna stop there. But anyways,
I'm gonna get tested again. I think
just to make sure 10 years later.
Yeah.
Anyways,
gonorrhea burns, I hear. So.
Anyways, no, when you messaged me saying that, this person thought I was sounding a little fashy, I knew the point I was trying to make, so I went back to listen to it just to make sure. And no, I stand by the words I said, and it wasn't. In no way was I supporting Trump because fuck Donald Trump, but I'm not as far to say hashtag not my president, but yeah.
Well, I think our hashtag is hashtag never my president ever, like for anyone ever. It would have been the same. We would be doing the same thing if it was Hillary, I think. So
yeah.
And I think it's worth noting too that you didn't even know about that at the time. So, or yeah, well, we'll just stick with that. So there we go. That's out of the way. You know who you are, and Michael is telling you right now that he is not a fascist, right, Michael? You're not a fascist.
At least not that I'm willing to admit at this time.
Except when it comes to genital mutilation. In that case, he's definitely a fascist. You cannot do it, right?
Yeah. See, well, okay, so like people like feel strongly about like topics like abortion, right? Like people are like, no, you can't go and cut a baby out because the baby has right to life, and then other people are like, no, you can't go and you can't. Wait.
Can we get off? Like, I just realized we're talking about politics, and I really didn't want this episode.
Hold on, let me just make my point,
okay,
and we'll move on. And then other people are like, no, you can't tell a woman that you have to force her to carry a baby and make it rip out of her stomach like on Alien, because that's how babies are made.
Oh.
And see, like, so people are real passionate about that. I'm real passionate about male genital mutilation. Like, it's not right. You can't go and cut a baby. They can't consent. So
you're like pro-life but for foreskin.
Yeah. I mean, between the two of us, I mean, who's violated an app against our own family member? I mean, you really, Aaron, but it's whatever.
It's just so incredible that you're willing to bring.
You just want your son to look like
you're
so
willing
much
to
that you're willing to.
You're willing to bring
take a knife
minor,
to him. You're willing to take a knife to him and destroy what could be a special experience in the future, but whatever.
Okay, well, I really have a problem.
Whoa! Did you hear that? That was the bell. I think school just let out.
I have a real problem with you attacking my Judeo beliefs, and your anti-Semitism is palpable, and I feel like
Aaron, I think you claiming to have Judeo beliefs is enough to qualify you to send you to fake hell. So,
And there you go. There you go. Michael is officially, he just advocated for the nuking of Israel off the face of the planet. There you go, guys. Michael is severely anti-Semitic. So
I've been going to the gym lately, and I've really been, like I'm trying to get my beach body, and especially right now, this oddly warm summer that we're having.
And just for the record, Michael's beach body looks a lot like Steve Urkel, So,
no, not really.
Yeah, your swimsuit is high and tight. You know what I mean? Just like those suspenders.
Oh, no, I have to get a new one. The button on those ones broke, because I wore it so much. But anyways, no, I was gonna say, like, I've been going to the gym the past few weeks, like continuously, like trying to get back into it and everything. And I've been really, curls for the girls. And when I was in the Marine Corps, I learned that bitches love traps and puppies. So you do shrugs to get the traps, and then you just gotta get puppies somehow.
I'm like, just so you know, you're skirting so many lines right now with your language. You use the.
It's all right.
What you're referring to women as. I feel like it's very offensive, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of white knighting right now.
When you're in the gym, you have to, like, I listen to like heavy music to really get my mind like focused and like just really work through the pain.
Yeah, well, Nickelback
like,
isn't that heavy, so just
in all those sets. Hey. They are gods of rock. All right, don't you dare defame.
It's just funny
the name
to
of
picture.
Nickelback.
It's just so funny to picture you in the gym, like pumping
just
iron.
Just a bunch of animals.
No, I was thinking like you're in there pumping metal as hard as you can, like bench pressing, curling, whatever you're doing, and like in your headphones,
curls for the girls and shrugs.
Right. Tossing around kettlebells, and then in your ear is, look at this photograph. Well, every time I do it makes me laugh. And then you start to cry thinking about your terrible past and how you wish you could get those moments of your life back. Loser forever.
Nah, I don't know if I want those moments back. But anyways, well, no, I was going to say, because like the shoulder stuff I've been doing, like my arm has been like just real rigid. And the only way like it, like to ease like the soreness is I have to hold my arm up. And for some reason, it's only my right arm, not my left arm. But I have to hold it up, and not like right up above my head, not like straight up, but kind of like just up and out a little bit. And so like, when I'm walking to class, I just hold my arm up like that. And I didn't tell you, but I recently shaved my head. And
you did?
Yeah. But so like between
No, did you really?
Between my new haircut and holding my arm up so it's not so sore, when I walked to class, some people started cussing at me a few times, and I'm not quite sure why. But
I just put it all together. It's because of your Nazism. So what's funny is that you're not gonna, that they're not gonna accept you because you're, there's not enough Irish in you, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't understand.
I'm calling you a mudblood, basically, right? Because you're half Costa Rican, remember?
Because
your mom locking you in the
Guinness.
basement.
Is that what you're saying? Because like,
man, that was a really long setup for kind of a really shitty punchline, by the way.
Well, you kept taking me off track, and
I didn't realize you were telling a joke, because you have been bragging to me about you pumping iron lately, which is hilarious. I mean, it's like,
okay, first off, it's not bragging. I've been telling you about my struggles, all right? Because I've been trying to get to the curls with a 15-pound, but I get past the 10-pound right now, all right?
Right, yeah.
So,
well, I don't know. I want you to also like kind of think about something. Just taking Instagram photos of your legs and saying leg day without actually doing anything, that doesn't count. So
Who says? Huh? Who says that?
And then commenting, where's sore right now. That doesn't work.
Where's that written? Where is that written?
I don't know.
Do you know it strains the back when you have to bend over to put your shoes on. You know that, right?
Yeah, I also know that it's very hard for me to bend down and tie my shoes. That's why I wear slip-ons all the time. Because I have a disease called dick do disease. You know what that is?
Yes, I do, Aaron. And you've suffered from it for some years now. And
it's a dad joke, guys. Dick do disease.
Because his belly sticks out farther than his dick do.
Yeah, there you go. That's a dad joke.
Yeah.
That's more like a dirty uncle joke, probably. Right? Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I think that this bonus episode has probably gone long enough. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about, or are we done here?
What do we want to? Are we like just keep telling dick jokes, or like substance? Because we could go into that question I was asking you earlier about Rousseau and defending.
Nah, not interested.
No?
Very not interested.
All right.
Yeah, not very interested. Hey guys, so this was recorded over Discord, which you can get access to if you become a patron. You can also, as a patron member, you get early episodes. You also get bonus episodes like this one. This one's actually a little bit longer. Normally we do just kind of a short one. And also we do extended uncut episodes, which is where we leave the recorder going while we are recording the episode. And even though
you get to hear all the bullshit.
Yeah, in between. And actually, I've heard a lot of good things about that from our one patron. And actually, now that I think about it, he'll just send me a message saying that he's never said anything good about it. So I lied.
He'll be like, "Don't put words in my mouth."
Yeah, I'll put all the words in my mouth damn it.
He was trying to make a dick joke.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Matt, did you hear that? Aaron said he wants to put his dick in your mouth.
Not again. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Definitely not again. I won't do it anymore. I'm married. I'm a married man, so.
Wow.
Well, this went off the rails. So anyways, you can go to patreon.com/LibertyLampoon to get more episodes like this one. I can't remember how many uncut episodes there are, but there are a lot. Usually they run around an hour and a half as compared to our hour-long normal episodes, our cut episodes, if you will, our circumcised ones. So we should just start calling them that. Don't you think? Like Liberty Lampoon episode number 26, Uncircumcised.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. From a marketing standpoint, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, hey, did you see the picture that I posted on Instagram? Just one more thing before we close out.
No.
I think it was yesterday. I posted a picture, and it said...
you got muffled on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a picture of me in the studio recording our last episode, and it says, DNFJ Studio is just my son's playroom. Visit libertylampoon.com anyways. We're popular. So that's what I'm calling our studio, DNFJ.
What does that stand for?
Dick and fart jokes.
That's pretty good.
Is that appropriate, you think?
Yeah. I like the TP in the back.
Oh, you found it. Oh, cool. He's looking at it right now. You can follow us on Instagram, probably under Liberty Lampoon, I think. I can't remember. Yep. Facebook.com/Lampoon. Facebook.com/Liberty Lampoon. Twitter at Liberty Lampoon.
Just go to libertylampoon.com. You can find all of our shit there.
Yeah, but
or go to patreon.com.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on what else are we on? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, hey, to play us out, it's going to be not really a pop song, not really a heavy song or anything like that. It's going to be the song I recorded. Because I want people to hear that song that I recorded because it's beautiful.
The song that you recorded?
Yeah, you remember? Don't you remember? I sent it to you.
The
ukulele song.
One?
Yeah.
Oh, if you're going to play that one,
you don't want me to?
Play like something like pumpy, upbeat to like play us out. And then, I don't know, like make it like a secret track or something.
Oh, like
that's what normally.
Like wait 15 minutes after? Like there'll just be 15 minutes of silence.
Yeah, because
that's like, why is this so long? And there's just silence at the end of this podcast.
And that's what people normally do on like albums and stuff with like shitty love songs. They put them at the end.
Oh God, come on, Michael. It's a great song. People will be singing it in their cars. I mean, it's a really good song.
Okay, Aaron, people listen to this podcast to escape reality and live in their alter ego worlds inside their minds, and reminding them of actual relationships in their real life is not beneficial.
Oh, so, I'm sorry, I didn't realize how like you're the radio excellence expert. My bad. Why don't you just go work for freaking Rush Limbaugh, you piece of shit?
I'm just saying, if people come to listen to a podcast about dick and fart jokes that slightly talks about politics, only to be reminded of their loved ones, might be a little. There might be.
Well, given the things that we talked about today, I think people might be having nightmares about the time they walked in on their wife getting railed by a football team. So, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We'll play you out with something like poppy, I guess. I don't know. Something better than what I said.
Cool.
Although I'm in charge of editing, so I can just put whatever I want at the end.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know. I may protest and not come on in an episode or two.
Well, you don't need to come on the next episode because it's a replay, and then the following week we'll have another character.
That'll be my protest then.
Guys, thank you so much.
Just for the record, I'm protesting the next episode.
Yeah, of course you are.
Hashtag not my president.
Okay. Hashtag not my co-host.
Hashtag Muslim banned.
Hashtag
120 degrees.
Oh. All right. I don't know if this might actually play on LRN. So,
think so?
Yeah, I think I might put it in our actual podcast feed.
Well, I hope those people don't expect serious content. Hey, if you're listening to LRN or IPM Nation or any of those
or
stations
FPRN,
and you've heard FPRN and you've heard this episode all the way to its completion, good for you. Fuck the government. They don't control you. You do what you want. You're an individual. You don't need the state.
Abolish all road signs. Peace out. It's Liberty Lampoon. We'll see you next time.